claimed it has obtained a letter signed by Consider Copper Crown, granting a free waiver for 42 Chinese nationals employed by a private company called Bengala Limited in Congo Town, Mossorado County. According to the publication, the company wrote the minister on May 12 of this year, requesting temporary work permits for these foreign nationals, adding in a hard questionable decision that lacks due diligence and legal jurisdiction, and the minister approved a 6-month exception from the required government fees. Variety quoted a leaked document in their possession allying or alleging that each of the 42 waivers was secured through a direct payment of 250 United States dollars to the minister personally. But responding to the allegations, Minister Cooper Kerr refuted the claim of taking money to issue what he calls a prior approval following an appeal by the company. He said, as the Minister of Labor, he has the authority to grant prior approval under the labor law of Liberia as part of his administrative function. Councillor Cooper Crow acknowledged in granting the temporary work permits to the Chinese nationals on ground that they will pay to the Liberia Revenue Authority at the end of their contract 6-month period. The Liberian National Bar Association has welcomed and endorsed the nomination of Chief Justice Justice Yamin Bessie as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia. On late Monday, June 30th, 2025, President Joseph Boakai nominated Justice or Associate Justice Yamin Bessie as Chief Justice to replace outgoing Chief Justice Steinayo, if confirmed by the Liberian Senate. Meanwhile, Liberian National Bar Association, under the leadership of its national president, Councillor Bono Varma, says it considers the nomination as appropriate. But described the nomination of Councillor Bessie as a significant and positive step in the right direction for the continuous strengthening of the Liberian judiciary. A press release quotes the LMBA as saying Justice Bessie's appointment reflects not only a commitment to legal excellence, but also to institutional continuity and integrity. The LMBA has also extended appreciation to President Boakai for exercising wisdom in nominating a candidate of such nature and judicial temperament. A Liberian-owned company, that's Gortic Holdings and Financial Institute, is poised to officially launch a pension and retirement scheme for the country's labor force in the private sector. According to the company's president and chief executive officer, Jasper Hawks, this will be the first of a kind since the establishment of Liberia in 1847. He told RCI News on Tuesday that a new pension and retirement scheme comes in the wake of a market research study conducted by the company between 2022 to 2023. Hawks said the company intends to work with the government of Liberia to demonopolize the sector and give Liberians the options to choose an alternative pension and retirement savings plan that guarantees their future. According to Hawks, the company has put in place mechanisms to work along with employers, government, and private entities to consider funding the unemployment insurance benefit claim to ensure that employers who lost their jobs due to economic reasons, layoff, or downsized by political or other reasons can receive flexible percentage of the income for a temporary period until such employer can secure a new job. 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner Malema Bowie is encouraging Liberian educators to be honest in holding or molding the minds of the younger generation. Malema said the world has become so complicated where evil has been celebrated over good. According to Home, qualified, competent, and passionate teachers are needed in a classroom to change the dynamics for the good of the future. Speaking Tuesday as guest lecturer during the official dedication of the Bowie Peace and Knowledge Library at the La Cosa College of Education in her honor, Madam Bowie pledged her institution's commitment to partnering with Lacoste through international connections. The chief executive officer of the Bowie Peace Foundation also encouraged the gathering, most of whom are emerging teachers, to see themselves as people who are sitting at the right place, advising them to go into the world and nurture the minds of young generation in Liberia. For his part, the president of Lacoste College of Education, Dr. Behima Wade, said the library was named in honor of Madam Bowie as a result of her unwavering commitment to education and her personal contribution to Lacoste, which she described as a symbol of hope. Dr. Wade expressed gratitude to Madam Bowie for advocacy for peace, justice, and human dignity. At the same time, Dr. Behima Wade has expressed sadness over the shutting down of USAID programs, which he said over the last 3 years provided critical support in areas such as curriculum development, faculty and staff professional development, teacher and learning materials, among others. The Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation has officially launched a $40 million United States dollars project aimed at connecting over 250,000 homes with pipeline water in Painesville and its surrounding. The project is being sponsored by the World Bank. Speaking during the launch at the Omika courtroom on Tuesday, LWSC Managing Director Mo Ali disclosed the homes will be connected with pipeline water and will be affordable. Ali encouraged community leaders to ensure that residents have the appropriate pipes in their homes in order to grant or to get connected. According to Mo Ali, the Liberian government will also spend over $1 million United States dollars for purchasing of pipes and meters to connect the homes. ArcelorMittal Liberia has reaffirmed its commitment to youth development and skill transfer by enrolling a new class of 16 young Liberians into the ArcelorMittal Liberia Training Academy in Yekepanima County. 31 of the new candidates were drawn from across the country, while 29 represent AML operational communities in Grand Bassa, Bong, and Nima counties. The formal matriculation ceremony, held on Monday, June 30th, marked the beginning of a 3-year journey in technical education for the new nominees. The program offers hand-on training in diesel mechanics, electricity, boiler making, and mechanic and fitting. Amos Dewia, administrator of the AML Training Academy, said the selection process was vigorous and merit-based, noting that the candidates selected went through thorough evaluation, including aptitude assessment, to learn their places. They will also encourage more young people or women to apply in future cycles, emphasizing that technical skills empower individuals and contribute to national development. For his part, Victor Lobsor, training manager of AML Training Academy, encouraged the young trainees to take their future career seriously, noting that they on the journey to shape the future by becoming technicians, not just recognized in Liberia, but internationally. AML Training Academy has stood out as the model for corporate-led technical education in Liberia, which has rehabilitated through a substantial $7 million United States dollars investment to allow the facility maintain high training standards and deliver internationally recognized 3-year certificates and offer 100% tuition free. The Carisbrooke district in Massachusetts County has unveiled plans aimed at combating criminal gangs engaged in illegal sale of land in the area. The district attorney in Carisbrooke, Jackson Molu, disclosed that as part of the plan, his office will be holding a meeting with owners of estates and land to ascertain the genuine owners of properties in the area. Speaking in an interview with the station on Tuesday, Adenomolu said some of the criminal gangs are parading on people's land with deadly weapons, scaring away the original owners. According to him, one officer of the Liberian National Police was injured as a result of shooting by some gangs, while a sheriff of the court was stabbed by unknown individual. That's the news. And news just coming in say President Joseph Boakai has with immediate effect appointed former Lofa County District 3 Representative Clarence Masakwe as acting chairperson of the Liberia Telecommunication Authority, replacing Abdullah Kamara. The appointment, according to an executive mansion release, is in furtherance of President Boakai's commitment to competent leadership and institutional reform. President Boakai has said in the letter of appointment, President Boakai expressed confidence that Karen Masakwe will continue to serve with integrity, intelligence, diligence, and loyalty to the country. The president extended his best wishes for success as Masakwe assumes this critical role. He said, as appointed by August Stephen, Vice President for Academic Support Services at the African Methodist Episcopal University, as acting superintendent of the Monrovia Consolidated School System. According to the executive mansion release, the appointment follows the recommendation of the MCSS Council and affirms the administration confidence in Dr. Stevens' leadership and commitment to educational advancement in Liberia. That's the news bulletin. Is back to Marka Davis.
Ria TV, True events.
Ria TV, True events.
On Ria TV,
into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Boakai if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll take your better Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Well, thanks for rejoining us. The news bulletin is a regular feature here on News Desk. Thanks to Johnson Batoma. If you're just joining us, you're listening to 45 minutes of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. My name is Maka Davis, anchoring in one of the top stories we are following tonight. Supreme Court abruptly cancels its legal hearing of 5 cases, including the corruption case involving former Finance Minister Samuel Tue and others, following criticisms within the legal community. Labour Minister Cooper Krua has rubbished reports of his involvement in a work permit scandal. In its July 1, 2025 edition, Verity Online News claimed it has obtained a letter signed by Minister Krua granting a fee waiver for 42 Chinese nationals employed by a private company called Pangali Pte Limited in Congo Town, Mansarado County. According to the publication, the company wrote to the minister on May 12 of this year requesting temporary work permits for these foreign workers, adding in a highly questionable decision that lacks due process and legal justification, the minister approved a 6-month exemption from the required government fees. Verity quoted a leaked document in their possession alleging that each of the 42 waivers was secured through a direct payment of $250 to the minister personally. By responding to the allegations, Minister Cooper Krua refuted the claim of taking money to issue what he calls prior approval following an appeal by the company. He said, as Minister of Labor, he has the authority to grant prior approval under the labor law of Liberia as part of his administrative function. Minister Krua acknowledged granting the temporary work permits for the 2 Chinese nationals on that were paid to the Liberia at the end of a contract period of 6 months. His Labour Minister, Councillor Cooper Kurade, responding to a publication accusing him of involvement in malpractices in the issuance of temporary work permit to some 42 Chinese nationals in the country. Today's development, ArcelorMittal Liberia has reaffirmed its commitment to youth development and skills transfer by enrolling a new class of 60 young Liberians into the ArcelorMittal Liberia Training Academy in Yekepa, Nema County. 31 of the new apprentices were drawn from across the country, while 29 represent AML operational communities in Grand Bassa, Sabong, and Nimba counties. The formal matriculation ceremony held on Monday, June 30, marked the beginning of a 3-year joining in technical education for the new apprentices. The program offers hands-on training in diesel mechanics, electricity, boiler making, and machining and fitting. Amos Ewie, administrator of the AML Training Academy, said the selection process was rigorous and merit-based, noting that the candidates selected went through a thorough evaluation, including aptitude assessments, to earn their place. They will also encourage more young women to apply in future cycles, emphasizing that technical skills empowered individuals and contribute to national development.
Several counties, Nema County, Grand Bassa County, one county. But if you look at the average of people that are recruited, we find that we have more people from Nema County, and we have more people from Grand Bassa County as well as one county. That were
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
Into Truth FM 96.1.
what's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll keep your data Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
For his part, Victor Lawson, training manager of AML Academy, encouraged the young trainees to take their future career seriously, noting they were on a journey to shape their future by becoming artisans, not just recognized in Liberia, but internationally.
Your future is in your hands. We are just supporting measures that can bring you towards your journey. It is a community that is going to benefit from your journey that is starting today. First of all, you will be yourself. You are making yourself a artisan, remarkable not only in Nigeria but also recognized around the world. You're also going to be part of the AML family, AML needs operators or presents to work on the concentration plan. If there is a vacancy available and you show your progress and your dedication, from this community being considered to work on the concentration plan.
Yes, Victor Lobster, the training manager of ArcelorMittal Liberia Training Academy. They're speaking earlier on. You listen to Amos Dewe, the administrator of the ML Training Academy. They spoke at the enrollment of a new class of 60 young Liberians into the ArcelorMittal Liberia Training Academy in Yekepa, Nema County. A Liberian-owned company, Gotican Holdings and Financials, is poised to officially launch a pension and retirement scheme for the country's labor force in the private sector. According to the company's president and chief executive officer, Japa Hawks, this will be the first of its kind since the establishment of Liberia in 1847. He told RCA News on Tuesday that a new pension and retirement scheme comes in the wake of a market research study conducted by the Gotican Holdings and Financials in 2022 and 2023. Hooks said the company intends to work with the government to demonopolize the sector and give Liberians the options to choose an alternative pension and retirement savings plan that guarantees their future financial security.
We quite recently introduced the private pension scheme in Liberia. This will be the first of its kind in history since 1847. This is due to the fact that many of our people don't have anything to rely on to live when they reach 65 years old. A lot of our people, even former government officials, those once considered prominent citizens, now loiter in the streets, run from office to office, begging and friends for everything. And we think it's about time that we catch up with the reality of the world. Now, we have a lot of people who left behind, these partners, these neighbors. Other neighbors are with progress and we are still behind. So this is why we introduced the private pension scheme in Liberia. It is similar to that of the Social Security, but it's a little different from the Social Security Administration. This plan is modeled after the US private pension retirement for millions of Americans. There are a lot of our people in the informal sectors who don't have anything to pay for reach 70, 65, 70 years old. Take, for example, my younger who have been telling me market for years, John, who is riding Pempen or Keke, the taxi driver, the private school teacher, the medical doctor who is not on government payroll, the lawyer who is not on government payroll. This is the opportunity we want to provide for these people. And we think it's about time that we take hold of what is practically theirs to make sure that they prepare for their own age. If you follow the history of the story of the massive video, the peace video for these are similar situations.
He is the chief executive officer and founder of Gotican Holdings and that's Financials. His name is Japa Hooks. They're speaking to RCR News today. The House of Representatives has officially summoned the Liberia Airport Authority and the Ministry of Transport to attend its plenary session next Tuesday. This invitation follows increasing concerns about aviation safety stemming from the recent near-crash incident involving an Askai Airlines flight traveling from Accra to Monrovia. Representative Emmanuel Dan raised issues about the flight and was compelled to make an emergency landing in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. He has criticized the airline for inadequate baggage handling, with several passengers reporting that their checked luggage was left behind without any explanation. During today's House debate, prompted by these concerns, Representative Musa Ability advocated to allow the Liberia Airport Authority conduct investigation into the incident thoroughly. He urged his colleagues to consider Askai Airlines' reputation, claiming it is one of the most reputable airlines operating within Liberia's airspace and underscoring the significance of ensuring the safety of flights.
After airborne from Accra to Monrovia had to make an emergency landing in Abidjan. Our people on the CEO of my company they landed on the ground in Abidjan, and the mechanic did what? and told the people to get on the plane without another. So you can't say the thing that no, this is about our people life. So I have problem to call them the poor because we have institutions. The administrative of the authority is the agency responsible for the safety of our air and airspace. Therefore, we have asked an order of police to allow us to not just invite them, but to investigate the situation and come with a report. Either the bad report, the people, they need to try to investigate, and then we'll get that man every 2 weeks or so to give a report. But immediately, they need to tell us what are they doing to keep our air safe.
His Nema County District 7 Representative Musa Ability there speaking during today's section. 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner Lema Bowie is admonishing Liberian educators to be honest in molding the minds of the younger generation. Madam Bowie said the world has become so complicated where evil has been celebrated over good. According to her, qualified, competent, and passionate teachers are needed in the classrooms to change the dynamics for the good of the future.
Today, we live in a world where good is seen as evil and evil is seen as good. We live in a time where excellence is no longer celebrated. Mediocrity is celebrated louder than excellence. We live in a time where honesty is shunned and dishonesty is at the peak of everything we do. We live in a time where no one celebrates community. What we celebrate in our communities are individuals who have their egos and their shoulders are high up. We live in a time where when we are looking around for leaders, people are looking for individuals who have amassed wealth, not from ordinary means, but from responding means. What our times are calling us for, and what our times are calling us to, because the way I always describe that we live in an upside down world. The world is now what humanity is calling us for, is for us to turn our upside down world upright, one person at a time. Each of you sit at a very unique place. Each of you sit at a place where you are teachers, you are going into the field to nurture the minds of young Liberians, and all kinds of things people who are going to certain fields. And this question will also be, people in places that push occupy know that but before it's not to that now so that
For his part, the president of Lacosta's College of Education, Dr. Benjamin Way, said the library, which was dedicated on Tuesday, was named in honor of Madam Lema Bowie as a result of her unwavering commitment to education and her personal contribution to Lacosta's, which he described as a symbol of learning and hope.
Recent effort was particularly meaningful during our 26th graduation convocation of about 700 teacher aspirants. Madam Bowie, despite being indisposed due to budget travel commitment, showed her unwavering support by sending her sister, Madam Mema Briggs Mensa, a sitting lawmaker of the 55th National Legislature, to represent her. In that moment, Madam Bowie also generously donated $3,000 to support any project of our children. Today, that donation has accumulated into this special great occasion, the dedication of the Bowie Peace Knowledge Library at Lacosta. We are gathering that knowledge from the symbol of learning and hope, but also to express our deepest gratitude to a remarkable woman
He's the president of Lacoste's College of Education, Dr. Benjamin Wade. There, speaking earlier on, you listened to 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner Lema Bowie. They spoke on Tuesday during the official dedication of the Bowie Peace and Knowledge Library at the Lacoste's College of Education in Painesville. The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation has officially launched a $40 million United States project aimed at connecting about 250,000 homes with pipe brown water in Painesville and its surroundings. The project is being funded by the World Bank. Speaking during the launch at the Omega courtroom on Tuesday, Water and Sewer Managing Director Mo Ali disclosed that homes will be connected with pipe brown water and will be affordable.
Will be going to 2,500 homes across Painesville and Monrovia. That is a very huge number. You know, normally people see water infrastructure when the young people the water comes out, they say it is the cheapest thing to do. And we managed to do it at a very low cost. This is what the student knows. So that government will not fight there with the water comes out. They collect 2,500 people when it costs on 1,286,887.50.
He's the managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Mo Ali. They're talking about the official launch of a $40 million project to connect 2,500 homes in Painesville and surrounding communities. Well, at this point, let's cross over to Edwin Batafoyan to bring us sports tonight.
Good evening, Margaret Davis. Good evening, everyone. The 2025 National Basketball Leagues will continue this Wednesday and Thursday at the SKD Sports Complex Basketball Gymnasium in Painesville. The women's division class will commence at 4 p.m. with Desert Ladies and feature basketball locking arms. The two teams are expected to fight intensively for victory in an effort to make advancement as battle for playoff heats-up. Painesville Bulldogs and Bannerville Lions will come face at the same time at 5:30 p.m. to climax the day's basketball activities. On Thursday, Highway Kings and Scotland Bannersville Dragons will kickstart basketball festival at 4 p.m. with the Highway Boys hoping to easily defeat Dragon and progress to the next round. FIBA Under 16 AfroBasket Zone 3 qualifiers to be held in Liberia this July, beginning the 10th to the 17th. The FIBA Under 16 AfroBasket Zone 3 qualifiers are scheduled to take place in Liberia from July 10th to the 17th. The competition will be hosted at the SKD Gymnasium located in Painesville and will feature both male and females. According to the official team list released by FIBA, 5 national Under 16 teams are set to participate in the qualifiers. They include Liberia host Benin, Burkina Faso, Togo, and the Ivory Coast. The 2025 Liberia Kickball Federation National Lottery Knockout League will continue in a sacked feature this Thursday at the SKD ball-headed page outside the main stadium. Elite girls are set to light up the playing page with a tense clash against the defending Niton at 1 p.m. United Injured and Success Kickball clubs will face off at 2 p.m. in a match expected to be a kickball showpiece at the same venue. The Lizards will battle last season League One runners-up Royal Sisters in the first leg teams showdown at 3:30 p.m. Girls of Zion and Destiny Monterado will tussle in a do-or-die match in shooting Start One and Community Youth Empowerment or CYE will climax the day's kickball. Valentine Community Reconciliation Tournament at kickoff at the weekend with Block E getting a victory over Block A in the kickball category, 17-18 home runs, and in the football with a 2-1 making both result a victory feast for Block E. And away from Liberia, now Juventus is down by a goal to nil against Real Madrid in the FIFA Club World Cup round of 16 tie. Al Hilal defeated Manchester City 4-3 after the 30 minutes of actions in the extra time to advance to the quarterfinals. Well, Maka, that's it for the sports.
After sports, we bring you more development here on News Desk. The National Port Authority has commenced the 10th meeting of the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa, focusing on harbor masters and Port Facility Security Officers. The annual conference held under the theme Navigating the Challenges of Port Safety and Security brings together 150 delegates from 20 countries across West and Central Africa and marks Liberia's first time hosting this association in many years. Speaking at the event, Ranulph Nat, Deputy Transport Minister for Land and Rail Transport, emphasized that safety and security at ports involve protecting infrastructure, goods, services, and labor forces. Also speaking, Sekou Dukle, the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, expressed Liberia's deep appreciation for being chosen to host the conference.
There have been decisions to host as a host for the 10th Pinaka Harbour Masters Appearance for Revenue. The presence here today reaffirms the trust and cabinet reposing us as one of Pinaka's founding members. This gathering to us is more than a opportunity. It's a big confirmation of Liberia's commitment to freedom, maritime safety, and port security. Under the leadership of His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boakai, Senior President of the Republic of Liberia, we view this event as a significant platform for us to re-establish our strong presence in the Pinaka community.
He is the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, Sekou Dukle, there speaking. The organization Friends of Our Time has ended a day-long retreat under the theme Engendering a New Beginning with the objective of identifying challenges in an effort to foster the growth and development of the organization. The retreat held in Duazon, Beverly Hills, in Margibi County brought together officials and general membership of FORT to reassess the organization stands, its current status, as well as its next direction in the coming year. Francis Lloyd is the president of the organization.
Let me begin by extending my thanks and appreciation to the organizing committee headed by Mr. George Emmanuel, along with the able to the tenant. They have been able to work over the period of time to where we find ourselves today at this all important retreat. It has been postponed on numerous occasions, but it is often said sometimes that it is always late on your side, but never too late on your side. So this is the appointed time to believe that we are here, collaborate, work together in direction. This is a new day and a new dawn for FORT, where we will continue to collaborate, work together, be one another keeper.
Honorable former Senate Pro Tempore Ahmad Jala has described the purchase of vehicles for members of the legislature and the cabinet as astronomical. According to Jala, the government should stop buying vehicles for public officials and instead invest in buses for members of the legislature and cabinet ministers.
Make domestic adjustment, raise domestic resources to help our development. And let's use our V8 new brand. Okay, we are not sending a good message to our people. The donors we are people, they help us resolve our country. Okay, they say what? All these things we need to adjust. We have to realize that Liberia is not in the best, and for Liberia to recover and progress, it requires the efforts of all of us. It requires the sacrifice of our people.
His former Senate Pro Tem Ahmad Jala there making that recommendation. Well, this is how we love to go home tonight on News Dex. But before we go, these are the top stories we followed. President Joseph Boakai appoints former Representative Clarence Masakwe as acting chairman of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority following the recent suspension of Abdullahi Kamara. Labour Minister Kopa Krua rubbish reports of his involvement in a work permit scandal, says the granting of temporary permit to 42 Chinese nationals was legal and in line with his administrative function. Supreme Court abruptly cancels its legal hearing of 5 cases involving the including the corruption case involving former finance minister Samuel Tuwe and others, following criticisms within the legal community. And away from Liberia, jihadist fighters have launched a series of attacks on military posts across numerous towns in Mali, according to the BBC. Many thanks to all of you for your listening. Thanks to our reporters and all those who helped to make this edition of News Desk a success. Johnson Batoma read the news bulletin. Edwin Batakoyan brought us post tonight. Cooper Sanga Sara Control and coordinated the sound. Thanks to our sponsors Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. My name is Maka Davis. Good night.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV.
Into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel?
The black barrel is to tell Joseph Bakala if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep your plate like
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News Summary of 12. My name is Hansen the represent. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.